So you have an idea for a startup, that's great. My strong suggestion always is capture the critical assumptions, the critical hypotheses underlying your business model, and test them before you spend all the time and effort and expense of developing a product. And that's what we'll focus on in this video. This whole series of videos actually is the business model generation process, and specifically getting into the business model canvas explained. The canvas being a very useful tool in capturing that business model. Hi, I'm Steve Morris, and I use this Startup SOS channel to provide practical how-to advice for first-time entrepreneurs. The topic today, business model generation and the business model canvas explained. So what is a business model? Well, first of all, it's a collection of hypotheses, especially for a startup. You've got a new business model, you really haven't tested it, so you think you know what the business model is, but these are hypotheses, and some of them are probably wrong. So that's a good thing to keep in mind first. Okay, but what is then a business model? Well, I like the definition they use in the Business Model Generation book, which is the original source book on the business model canvas. I strongly suggest you check it out. It's worth a read. There's a link to buy one down in the notes. So what's the definition from the book? A business model describes how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. Okay, creates, delivers, and captures value. Now that's a little bit abstract. Fortunately, they break it down into more detail in the form of the business model canvas template. So 9 sections that really define different aspects of your business model. And the canvas is a nice visual tool. You can put it up on a wall and get involved in a team process then of developing, brainstorming your business model. So let's walk through the sections of the canvas. The central point of the canvas is the value proposition. Everything builds off of that. Now, we did a whole series of videos on value proposition and the value proposition canvas, which is a great tool to use to really zero in on your value proposition. It's actually kind of a complex thing. So I'd suggest you check out that series. There's a link to that up above to really help you flesh out what is your value proposition. So that's the centerpiece of the business model canvas. Now, the right side of the canvas is very much focused on kind of the customer orientation. So, for example, things like what are the customer segments in your market, and what segment will you target first? What is the customer relationship expectation in this market? When you sell to customers, what kind of sales support are they expecting? What kind of experience are they expecting? What channels do you plan to use to market and sell your product? Again, these are all hypotheses, right? And then finally, revenue streams. How do you believe you'll charge for your the value that you're delivering to customers, and what price will you charge for it? So that's the right side. Now, the left side of the canvas is more oriented toward things that are ultimately going to drive cost. What, for example, are the partnerships that you'll need to develop to be successful in this market? What are the key activities involved in this kind of a business? And what are the key resources? People, capital, intellectual property. What are the key resources you'll need to be successful in this business? And how does all that result in a cost structure for the business? So that is the overview of the canvas. Now, in follow-on videos, we're going to go into each of these sections in detail to give you a lot of context to help you fill out your business model canvas and complete your own business model development process. And that's it for this video on the business model canvas explained, and in general, the business model generation process. Thanks for listening. If this is helpful, please click like and share it, and leave a note in the comment section. What are you frustrated about or working on in terms of documenting your business model? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that down here in the corner. Stay tuned to the playlist that we're building for the business model canvas, because we'll have a lot more videos in this sequence. There's a link to the playlist right below. That's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching.